Hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope everyone has had a fantastic, what is it today? Sunday. It's Sunday, the 22nd of June. And we are live. Going with some latest Arsenal news and all that good stuff. We're going to tackle them. We're going to discuss them because there are some news regarding, of course, Sesko. There are some news regarding Partey replacement, which seems kind of weird. And of course, there are some bits and bobs here. There are some new contracts, some more drama. And obviously, as it's Arsenal, it's a never, ever ending story. So we're going to tackle that. We're going to discuss it. We're going to talk about it. We'll see where this leads us. And of course, at the moment, also, the Club World Cup is still going on, of course. And Real Madrid are playing the Mexican team, Pachuca. Real Madrid have gotten a red card as well. Asensio got a red card in the 7th minute. So they have their work cut out for themselves as well, of course, in that regard. But yeah, it's weird. It took me literally about 50 years to figure out how to stream again because my time to stream on my regular account came to an end. So I kind of did some bits and bobs here or there, and I am live. So we have quite a bit of stuff to tackle too, because yesterday we didn't talk about pretty much anything, because yesterday it was a chill stream, it was a relaxing stream, it was a calm stream. We talked about NBA, some football stuff, some life and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, it was quite nice because we didn't talk about Arsenal. It wasn't stress, it wasn't panic, it wasn't annoying or anything. But right now we are back in the business. It's again Arsenal. We're going to talk about Martinelli and all that good stuff. So if you could do me a favor, smash the like button. I would appreciate that a lot. Subscribe if you are new here. We are aiming for that big 1K by the start of 25-26 season. And of course, leave your thoughts down in the live chat so we can tackle them, we can discuss them, and basically we can go from there. But yeah, I must say, it is a bit of a nuts one. It is what it is, but we are gonna get into it quite quickly, without any hesitation, without any regard of anything. Let's be real. So let's get straight into it. And things we're gonna kick things off. We're gonna kick things off with something nice. And that is, of course, Santi Cazorla. We got to kick things off with Santi Cazorla. 40 years old. 40 bloody years old this guy is. And yeah, he has helped his home team, his baby team, the team where his career began, basically, Real Oviedo, to get into La Liga for the first time in 23-24 years even. So that is a nuts one. He's still playing, by the way. And he has made something unique. I'm not going to lie, 40 years old, and he has carried his team into it. He has carried to some extent. He scored a phenomenal free kick to get into finals. And now in the finals, his team has won it over 2 legs, and they are into La Liga. So it will be an extra incentive to follow La Liga next season to see how one of my favorite players in Emirates era overall, for me at least, Santi Cazorla, is going to do in La Liga at 40 plus 41 years old. So that is going to be a nuts one. It will be a nice one. And I'm not gonna lie. Big congrats to him. Big congrats to Real Oviedo. And I really hope I smash it next season. I genuinely hope they smash it out of the park next season. So that was the warm-up news regarding Arsenal, regarding something that is connected to Arsenal, because that was the first things first, what we were going to talk about. But after that, it's starting to get quite techy. Because out of nowhere, genuinely out of nowhere, over the last few days, these news are starting to come out. Apparently Arsenal, oh, my bad. Apparently Arsenal are, freaking hell, Streamlabs are a bit bugging. But yeah, Arsenal are linked with Norgaard, one of Brentford's midfielders, which is quite insane to say the least. Yes, Norgaard plays for Brentford. Yes, Brentford have done somewhat well, to be honest, looking at their budget and how they have built their squad under Thomas Frank. Now that Thomas Frank is leaving, some of their best players are leaving as well. That includes Mbuemo, potentially Wissa even, Shade, I don't know. But Flecken is leaving as well, apparently. And now as well, it looks like Norgaard could be on his way out. And the nuts part is, it's about, I would say, 90-95% chance that Thomas Partey is leaving Arsenal. and it looks like a 31-year-old Christian Norgaard is Arsenal eyeing him as his replacement. Like, this for me sounds kind of insane, because if you ask me, I don't think he is it. Like, serious talk, I genuinely don't believe that Christian Norgaard is it. Like, I don't know even what to say and what to think. Because if I look at this and I look at Norgaard, okay, cool, he's a very good player for Brentford, but can he step up for Arsenal? I don't think so. He's also 31 years old, and let's be real, there are much more better options available than a 31-year-old. Yes, he's Premier League proven. Yes, he has a big experience, but like, it again, if we talk about Arsenal, it raises more questions than gives answers at the end of the day. Again, as Arsenal, and this is now again has thrown a massive spanner in the works of Arsenal, and it's now starting to make me question again, what is Arsenal's plan for the summer in general? Like, serious talk, what is Arsenal's plan for this summer? Because we are extending Sambi Lokonga's contract. We don't want to extend Thomas Partey's contract. And then we are linked with Norgaard as Thomas Partey's replacement. Like, it makes absolute zero sense. Yes, Zubimendi coming in finally after half a year of debacle, but he's here and everything. That's one thing. But if Partey stayed and Zubimendi came in on top, I am actually quite cool. Yes, then you maybe can sign someone else, maybe a Norgaard. But to let Partey go and then get in Norgaard as his replacement, oh bloody hell, I don't think that is the best thing to do whatsoever. Serious talk. Like, I don't know what way and what decision making is happening at Arsenal in this regard. I seriously don't know, because I'm not gonna lie, I am as confused as the next person regarding this, which is very, very, very strange. It's very strange and very confusing, because Norgaard isn't a mount beat. Like, he's not gonna climb mountains for you. Yes, he's a hard worker, but is the ability there? Personally, I don't think so. And he's 31. All the time we hear that Arsenal don't want to sign these type of old players. They sign Jorginho, for example. But Arsenal don't want to sign 30-plus-year-olds because there's no resale value, no ROI and everything. But if you want to bring in a 30-plus-year-old, then at least bring in someone in who is good for the team, who can elevate the team, who has the experience and the ability to elevate the team. Might as well go to Saudis and get the N'Golo Kante then, because then I would get that. But getting Norgaard in, it's another way that Arsenal are showing that they have no ambition whatsoever. Because this pretty much shows that, for me, Mikel Arteta is looking at Zubimendi, Rice, midfield as starters, and Norgaard as a backup. But Zubimendi is not what Thomas Partey is. He's not a Thomas Partey replacement at all. He's improvement on Jorginho, 100%. But does he replace Thomas Partey for me? No chance in hell whatsoever. So that for me now raises the question, what the hell is going on here? Like, serious talk, what on earth is going at Arsenal? What is their transfer vision right now? Is this like a panic signing? Is this like a panic situation going on? Because it came out of nowhere. And let's be real, he will be available for about 15, 20 odd million. But you want to tell me that we cannot spend 15, 20 million on a better number 6, a better midfielder? Like, for me, that is like, it's, again, as I always say, it raises more questions than gives answers, these type of signings. And for example, for me, Norgaard is not Arsenal's quality. Personally, I know Norgaard to some extent. He was very highly rated when he was at Brøndby. He was one of those players that could actually become something big. But obviously, his career never developed in such a way. Maybe he didn't have enough quality. Maybe he didn't put enough work or whatever. It's a different story. But for this stage, for this big stage where Arsenal are right now, and for Arsenal that when they need improvements on their players, is he it? In my opinion, he's not. So that for me is the big question mark. What the hell is Arsenal's transfer strategy right now? Again, it raises more questions than gives answers. Big up, AJ. Hope you're doing well. Did someone order an Arsenal fan? Yes, always welcome. Always welcome. Arsenal fans, any type of fans, always welcome. Congrats on 6. Big up to you all. Big up and thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Norgaard is 31 years old. Norgaard is 31 years old. That is the nuts part. He's like next year in March 10th, he's gonna be 32. Arsenal all the time like scream and shout and everything. They say that they don't want to buy players that are very old because that will disrupt everything. But if you want to sign an old player, as I just said before, better sign N'Golo Kante or someone like that. Don't sign Norgaard. Let's be real. That is the nuts part. And as I'm talking about it, everything here, Real Madrid just scored. Jude Bellingham just scored. And Real Madrid are 1-0 up against Pachuca with 10 men. By the way, Rodrygo is not starting that game as well. So there are some rumors, speculations going on that that actually might be an inkling that he might be leaving. Who knows? But that's a different story. But yeah, Norgaard is 31. I just don't get it. Arsenal over the years have had countless chances to sign long-term number 6s, even with Thomas Partey being here. Think about it. And we never have pulled the trigger long-term. Never, ever. And now that when Thomas Partey looks like he's leaving, shit's about to hit the fan, all of a sudden Arsenal are panicking. Because for me, Norgaard doesn't look like a calculated signing. It doesn't look like a signing that Arsenal want to make and should be making. It's genuinely a panic buy if that comes to tuition. Because for me, you extend Thomas Partey's contract, and then you maybe can sign Norgaard as a backup. For that, I can actually live with. But if you have Zubimendi in, Partey leaves, and then you sign in Norgaard, that makes our midfield much weaker than it already was. Because if we stay also without signing a midfielder, for example, right? Zubimendi in, Partey out, and we don't sign another number 6 or something like that. Again, our midfield is weaker than it was before. And let's be real, our midfield wasn't that great as well, mostly because of Odegaard, but that's a different story. And now and with no backups already before, it's not looking too good, is it? It genuinely is not looking too good. Just give Thomas Partey the money and move on. Exactly. Just give Thomas Partey the money, move on, shut the shops, and just go. Like, it's actually insane. We are being linked to Camavinga. Come on, that like, if that would happen, I would be excited. I'm not gonna lie. For me, signing, for example, Rodrygo and Camavinga, oh my God, I would be over the moon. Because I rate Camavinga actually very, very highly. I don't know if you lot do that, but for me, Camavinga is fantastic player, fantastic talent. And if there was a possibility to get him, we should. Plus, Mikel Arteta has this fetish, of course, with inverting from the left. He plays on the left for Real Madrid at times. He can play as a number 6 and number 8 at times when it's needed. He's perfect for that. That means also Skelly can go into midfield more. So in that instance, it would be fantastic. But let's be real. Camavinga is not leaving Real Madrid. Xabi Alonso will not allow for Camavinga to leave Real Madrid. Not even Florentino Perez wants Camavinga to leave. I can see Rodrygo potentially pushing the move away. Right? But Camavinga, no chance in hell. Like, seriously, why would Camavinga leave Real Madrid to come to Arsenal? For him, there is no upside whatsoever. For Rodrygo, he has an upside to come to Arsenal. He would be one of the main guys, if not the main guy to some extent. He would be a starter on consistent basis, and the team would be playing through him. His name would be called upon, and he could actually perform on his preferred and his strongest position, in my opinion, which is left wing. For Camavinga to come to Arsenal, unless he is a guaranteed starter, I don't see a reason why would he come here. Serious talk. Like, I'm not capping, it's just my opinion. Like, I don't see an upside for Camavinga to leave Real Madrid. If you want to be a rotational player at Arsenal, or you have to be on the bench and sometimes start for Real Madrid, I'm picking Real Madrid any day of the week. Why Arsenal? I have no idea. I rate Camavinga so highly as well. Exactly. Big up to you as well. I know many people who don't rate Camavinga. I kind of struggle sometimes to understand why, but for me, Camavinga for Arsenal would be fantastic, in my opinion at least, right? The way we play and want to play, in my opinion at least, right? Especially with Arteta inverting him, he can put him as a left back. He has proven himself there at Real Madrid. And then if he inverts, he can be in the midfield and all that stuff. It's perfect. Let's be real, it's perfect. But overall, I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. This Norgaard signing just sets us 3 steps backwards. It doesn't actually make our team better, more enticing, more dangerous, or anything. It's just another improvement on Elneny. Like, okay, Norgaard is not that bad, but Norgaard is maybe like Elneny 3.0. He can score more, he can assist more, he's more technically gifted, yes. But overall, as a complete package, nothing excites me about Norgaard coming to Arsenal. And now that I'm sitting here and talking and reading all this, that Partey is out and everything, and we're going to sign Norgaard potentially as his replacement, what the hell are we talking about here? That's like Arsenal selling Saka and trying to replace him with let's just say, okay, Arsenal sells Saka, and we try to replace him with, for example, Justin Kluivert. Yes, he can do the job to some extent, but is he as the same quality? Does he at least keep the level of the team at the same standard? No, he doesn't. You could argue he makes the team worse, and same goes in the talks about the Norgaard to Arsenal. So why are we in this situation again? Why have we have put ourselves in this position where this is all going down the hill real rapidly? Like, for me, this is I don't know what Arsenal are trying to do here. Like, seriously, I don't know. Camavinga, Rodrygo, Gyökeres, David, that would be actually gives it. Yeah, exactly. And if you include, for example, already that we have signed Zubimendi, right? It's a fantastic window. It is a fantastic window, if you ask me. Zubimendi, Camavinga, Rodrygo, Gyökeres, David. For me, that speaks volumes. That actually would show that Arsenal are a serious team. They can sign arguably the best gunman available, the best winger, one of the best, if not the best winger currently available, and allow the biggest names in winger department. We sign one of the best and still young midfielder for the future, and right now, who already is established and proper winner. Then you sign Jonathan David as a rotational player. It would be fantastic. But why we are going after Norgaard? Premier League proven? No, come on, man. You got to understand the team. By the way, big up Burton. The team is evolving. Let's start this over. You got to understand that the team is evolving in a way, I would assume. Magalhaes won't sign an extension. Gabriel will sign an extension. He already has signed an extension, if I'm not mistaken. It's just, yeah, because it's been announced that he has signed an extension. Because it was announced he was there signing papers with Berta, with Arteta. It already has been done. Zubimendi won't sign. Apparently, he has signed with Arsenal without knowing a clear chance. Yeah, I get it, but at the same time, our fan base is panicking in which universe? Our fan base, only people that are not panicking are the ones that are accepting this mediocrity. Because so far, 5 years with this plan has led us nowhere at the end of the day. It generally has led us nowhere at the end of the day. Money wasted, money spent, and we cannot even show a trophy for it. One trophy we won FA Cup, that was before we even spent the money. And that was even not with his own team. Now that he has gone the money, got his own team, he cannot do anything. We are back in top 4. Oh, cool. Wow, fantastic. We were there with Wenger. Wenger at least won some trophies. Arteta cannot even do that. What's the matter, YouTube sensors? What has happened to you? Why are you sad today? Yeah, it's done. It's 100% done. 100% done. But there are some there is some hope on the horizon. Let's just put it that way. Apparently, according to Kappa Watts, if you know, you know. Kappa Watts. If you know Kappa Watts, you are a big one. You're watching Curtis Shaw, and it has kind of stuck with me. Kappa Watts. Kappa Watts has spoken. If it would add, here we go. Martin Zubimendi apparently is going to wear number 36 at Arsenal. Apparently that is going to happen. Okay, next news, because that's it I'm going to talk about regarding that. Because there's that, like, the numbers, I don't care as much. Maybe 14, maybe that a bit differently, but I don't care as much, of course. But there are some hopes on the horizon. Let's just put it that way. Obviously, Rodrygo currently is playing with Real Madrid in the Club World Cup against Pachuca. Real Madrid are down to 10 men, right? They're 2-0 up. Arda Güler scored and Jude Bellingham scored. And Rodrygo is not starting the game. Rodrygo is holding bench. So people already are speculating that there is a possibility, genuine possibility, that he might be leaving And obviously, Arsenal fans are going into frenzy in that regard, of course. I really have not much to say anymore. I have one name in mind, Gyökeres. I get it. I absolutely get it. You want the striker desperately. We need a striker desperately. And when you look at news like this, where is it? Like news like this, right? Regarding striker situation and everything, it gives you hope that we actually might get Gyökeres. When you look at news like this, Arsenal are growing frustrated with Benjamin Sesko over the RB Leipzig striker wage demands. If that is true, I totally get it. I absolutely get it to one maximum 100%. That actually could push us towards Gyökeres. But to be honest, if you think about it, not that much being said about Gyökeres as well. It's always the same statements about each of the players going in a circle all the goddamn time. And we never get any updates. Revil, of course, people are worried we are under a month of two. We are not even that far. We are literally 2 weeks away from going into Mallorca preseason training. In a month, even less than a month, we fly to Singapore. Big up, AJ. Thanks for dropping by. Have a nice evening. Have a nice day tomorrow. And by the way, there will be no streams tomorrow and day after tomorrow, most likely. We have national holidays, and I'm going out of town with family and friends to chill, to relax. So there will be no streams, no nothing. Unless something major drops, I can maybe put out a TikTok or short or stuff like that. But ultimately, there will be no streams tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Just putting it out there. He must have discovered Arsenal. Big up Darren, by the way. Big up Darren. But striker situation still hasn't been solved as well. Because we sit here every day pretty much, talk about Gyökeres. Oh, there is this, there is that, there is fee, there are wages, the Gyökeres is pissed off and all this stuff. Then we look at Sesko. Sesko could be done. He wants release clauses, then he wants this, then he wants that, and then he wants this, and then he wants that, and then agent says this, and Leipzig says that. And it's pretty much the same situation on the other club. So at the end of the day, both clubs and both news on both players give us nothing. Genuinely give us nothing, and that is very, very nuts. Off the ball name, a better left winger than Nelly. Goals at Anfield at Bernabeu. Off the ball name. Who is off the ball name? Like seriously. If you look like this, right? If you say this, goals at Anfield and Bernabeu is nuts. Like, you know how many people have scored goals at Bernabeu and how many have scored against at Anfield, and after that they have done nothing, and they have dropped from the face of the earth. There are countless of them. So nobody's suggesting anything here. But yeah, will we get a striker? That is the biggest debacle of Arsenal's century, if you ask me, because the striker situation is such a mess currently that I'm kind of starting to get worried that we might not get a striker at all. It is coming to a point where I'm starting to think that we might not get a striker at all on these levels. Striker might not pop up at Arsenal. At best, we get Watkins, or we get, again, Dusan Vlahovic for some cut price deal because Juventus want him gone. That is a possibility. And let's be real, Dusan Vlahovic is the most paid player in Serie A, if I'm not mistaken. Highest wages. And if they get rid of that, they might easily just go for Gyökeres. Like, serious talk. There could be possibility of that happening as well. So you cannot exclude kind of that out as well. But speaking of Rodrygo, since we're talking about left wingers, Gunnar Gregg, big up to him. He mentioned Martinelli and stuff like that. Apparently, Arsenal move for Real Madrid's winger Rodrygo has hit a stumbling block because the Brazilian wage demands are 10.2 million a year. Okay. 10.2 million a year. How much is that? Let's type this in. 10 2 divided by 52. That's it? Arsenal are not willing to pay him 196,000 a week? If that is a stumbling block, oh my goodness gracious, are we in big trouble? If Arsenal are not willing to pay 196 to 197,000 a week to a player like Rodrygo when they pay 180 to Martinelli, oh my God, we are screwed. Like, seriously, that is the most nuts part I have seen. That is actually kind of insane if you think about it. If push comes to shove to that, that makes absolute zero sense. And then if we look at this as well, Arsenal are ready apparently to move for Rodrygo. This is all contradicting each other because 1 hour you get Arsenal already moved to Rodrygo. The Brazilian would cost as much as £77 million. A few hours later, it's a stumbling block. Arsenal don't want to pay the wages. Then again, Arsenal are bidding, could be bidding and all this stuff. It's all over the place. But for me, Arsenal dilly-dallying so much and beating around the bush so much and actually not taking any proactive actions regarding signing a left winger in terms of Rodrygo, when based on all the talk, he could be available. Not saying he is, not saying he's going to move, but it could happen. It's actually kind of nuts because I'm a very strong believer in this, that if there is any truth to these rumors and reports that Rodrygo, if he cannot play left wing, he wants out of Real Madrid. If I was Arsenal or if I owned the club, I would talk to the manager and say, you know what? You see the Rodrygo situation. I think he would be good for our left wing. I'm going to go and put in 80 million bid. Whether they rejected or accepted it, it's a different story. But it would just show an incentive and it would just show an example that other teams would take him. That would make Rodrygo's head spin, and that would give Rodrygo extra bargaining chip when he sits down with Xabi Alonso and Florentino Perez when they try to discuss his future role at Real Madrid. Just make an extra move. So at the end of the day, if he doesn't sign, just say, we tried our best. We genuinely tried our best. We put in a bid. We tried. We did it. It just didn't happen. Because as being an Arsenal fan in the transfer window, the most frustrating part about this goddamn club, this BS ownership and everything, is the fact that we are linked, we are eyed, we are on fire, Arteta is in love, and all this stuff. Buzzing and all these buzzwords you hear, right? But we never take the action. That is the worst part. It's better to try and fail rather than not to try at all. And unfortunately, Arsenal use not trying at all situation to try and do something here. That is the most frustrating part when you are an Arsenal fan and when you see all these links. Big up, Beggy. Why can't we just sign a striker? What is the barrier that is always stopping us? Well, we are cheapskates. We just don't move fast, and we are cheapskates. We want to get a cut price deal. We are in a flea market going, oh, well, I see this costs about £50. I only have 11, so maybe 10 special price for you, my friend, and all this stuff. And it's all BS, you know. It's actually kind of annoying. Big up Eros, Mikkel music in the building. Big up Eros, hope you're doing well today. Big up everyone. Big up Vigilante, hope you're doing well today, my guy. We just can't move fast. It's not just we just can't. I don't think we can, but we just don't. That is the nuts part. We just don't move fast. We have our plan, which I get it. We try to execute it, which I also get it, because that's how you should be doing things. At the same time, name me an instance, name me a project where you work and use the plan and it works straight up as you have written down the plan. Because it's never, let's just say this is the plan, right? And your work never goes straight in the line. You have your ups, you have your downs, you have your ups, you have your downs. It never goes in a straight line. And Arsenal expect for this to go in the straight line, always in the transfer window. Because the ups would be market opportunities like Tony, Kvaratskhelia, maybe Rodrygo in this instance to go and get him. The downs are not trying at all to get these Kvaratskelias, Rodrygos, Tonys, letting Partey go for free. And Arsenal expect to be on the side, extending the contract, cut price deal, and all this stuff. It's genuinely mind-numbingly pissing me off to my core. Yeah, Mikkel music. Big up, big up, big up, big up. That theme tune needs to follow you. Big up Hyper Protagonist. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. Hope you're doing well. By the way, people, 21 of you in here. Big up to you all. And if you could do me a favor, smash the like button if you haven't already, aiming for 20 likes on today's stream. Last stream for the next few days, because tomorrow and for day after tomorrow, I'm going out of town with my family and friends to celebrate the national holidays. So there will be no streams, no nothing for tomorrow and day after tomorrow. I will be back on Wednesday, most likely. Unless something major happens, then I maybe could release a short, a TikTok or something like that. But ultimately, I won't do anything. I will just take my mind off Arsenal and just enjoy my time with my family, my kids, and all this stuff. Big up to you all. Arsenal is the only club using the July 1st excuse to sign a player, same player who famously snubbed Poole last season. To this day, we don't know if Zubimendi is really signed. To be honest, we don't. But if you look at the reports that he's already at Arsenal, he's in London, he has been given the tours and stuff like that, it looks like it's been done. He's going to wear the number. It's already been assigned to him and everything. It looks like he has signed, right? So I will go on a limb here before he's been announced and just say that he's here. He's an Arsenal player. And I'm just moving on from Zubimendi. Although, Darren, I totally understand your skepticism because we are talking about Arsenal here. Let's be real. So let's not forget that as well. Let's not forget that we are dealing with Arsenal here. And it's actually kind of insane, if you ask me, that Arsenal, after all this time, still haven't gotten the job done, which is quite embarrassing to say the least, and quite annoying if you add it on top. And here are some other news, which I really hope Arsenal actually materializes to some extent. Apparently, Crystal Palace would be willing to accept 3 installments of approximately 20 million for Eberechi Eze. They are no longer holding out for the majority of his reported 68 million release clause fee, which would be fantastic. Because for Arsenal, love an installment. Let's be real. So in this instance, getting Eze, 3 payments, 20-odd million, it should be music to our ears, despite the fact that we can spend about 250 without any PSR issues and FFP issues. Like, let's be real. So this actually should be music to our ears. And to be honest, if we got Eze, I would be quite excited as well. He's an Arsenal fan in general, our ex-academy player. So on top of that, he has said himself his dream is to play for Arsenal. He's throwing out every single hint possible in the world that he wants to play for us. And Arsenal are just blind. So I hear some name as who the hell is Ez? I don't know. I don't see. Wait, let me Ez. Oh, right. Zubimendi. Zubimendi, you meant, not Eze. I get it now. Totally get it now. I get your point. Yeah. Frustrated with this club to say that understatement and a half. At this point, Leeds will win the league before we will bring a striker. Like, that is the nuts part on everything. Like, get the Eze deal done now. Perfect deal for Arsenal. Karna business. Exactly. Installments. Arsenal love an installment. We paid for Pepe installments. We paid for Rice in installments. Maybe we are even paying still for him now. And we pay many deals in installments. Many deals in general in footballing world get paid in installments. Arsenal just get kind of limelight of that because we do it maybe more. Maybe we just are Arsenal, and so people like to talk about us more. But Eze, 3 times 20 or something like that, phenomenal business. We love an installment. It should be music to our ears. And the worst thing about it is we now have to find another DM to replace Partey. Hey, Darren, don't forget. Darren, genuinely, don't forget this, Darren. Where is this? This is specifically for Darren. We are linked with Norgaard. He is the Partey replacement, apparently. Are you excited? Are you excited, Darren? Are you excited? Arsenal can pop out their Klarna card. Exactly. 100%. Arsenal should get Eze and give him the 10 shot. I wouldn't be against that. I genuinely would not be against that if Arsenal did that. Like, seriously. We keep Fabio Vieira, who is basically useless for Arsenal, yet we sell Emil Smith-Rowe, for example. Make it make sense. Like, seriously, make it make sense. We extend Sambi Lokonga's contract for 1 year, but we don't want to extend Thomas Partey's contract. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. We don't sign a striker, but we give Eddie Nketiah an extension. Make it make sense. Seriously. Make it make sense. We don't sign Kvaratskhelia, but we rather sign, for example, before that, Sterling on loan, give Nelson an extension, 100 grand a week and stuff like that. Make it make some bloody sense. This makes too much sense. Exactly. This genuinely makes too much sense to sign Eze. So Arsenal most likely won't do it. Let's be real. Should be music to our ears. Yeah, Mikel music to the ears, basically. Yeah. And let's be real, Richard Garlick and Sim Lewis should love this type of business. But you know what? You want to know something? Arsenal will never get Eze because it makes sense. Exactly. If it makes sense, Arsenal won't do it. That's the Arsenal's signature move, you know? Like Undertaker has the tombstone, The Rock has the people's elbow, John Cena has the attitude adjustment and all this stuff. Stone Cold has the stunner. Arsenal have, if it makes sense, they won't do it. Seems right. With the Klarna payments, Arsenal won't get bonus points with their player purchases. You buy one, get one free, or like if you pay enough installments, you can get 20% off if your next kebab shop. Or 20% off next beer purchase. Or the 20% off for the new Wing the Dog toys. Maybe. Even if Palace takes 5 million installments, we will miss out on Eberechi Eze because another team will grab him. Yeah, most likely. Last summer, we should have signed Olise. I was screaming for Arsenal to sign Olise. We didn't. He went to Bayern Munich, arguably their player of the season, won the Bundesliga, on phenomenal form and everything. Eze is a player that I really put my eyes on this season, and if we can bring him in, it will be a great signing. Exactly. He can play number 10, he can play left wing, he can do the business in both areas. Still, I believe that he's more dangerous centrally, right? Since we play a bit more with a touchline winger, which is kind of annoying. That's why I would like to have Rodrygo, right? But overall, yeah. Bin Odegaard, throw him back into Faroe Islands or Andorra or whatever, and yeah, send him to Fjords for all I care and just move on. Big up at Yeti, hope you're doing well. I sense a Newcastle question coming in. Big up, Mr. Robo, big up to you. How are you? I'm doing quite fine, despite Arsenal pissing me off on daily basis. Newcastle should sign Margehi, Usman Diomande, good brand medical Newcastle, João Pedro, and maybe, but the big thing is, from what I understand, I sound like an ITK, don't I? From what I understand. Okay, from what I have read on social media from the reports, I'm just going to say it that way. Apparently, Liverpool have sold Kwanzaa to Bayer Leverkusen with buyback clauses. They are trying to get Gehi to replace him. And if Gehi leaves Crystal Palace are apparently going after Usman Diomande from Sporting Lisbon. Apparently that is the domino effect I'm seeing right now being talked about the most. Arsenal, Klarna, 5 players get 20% off next player. But that doesn't even work. We cannot even do that, do we? With Arsenal, it's usually 5 Klarna payments. For the 6th player, we play 20% over the top. That sounds more like Arsenal, not 20% off next player. We actually overpay 20% for the next player. Because we do that all the time. That stands more to a point, doesn't it? Vieira will be like a new signing. Did you see the clip of Fabio Vieira nutmegging Lionel Messi and then he tried the Trivela pass and basically hit it out of play? That was one of the latest clips about Fabio Vieira trending after the Club World Cup when Inter Miami played Porto. That was a nuts one. He nutmegged Messi. Okay, cool. Then he thought, yeah, I've got the swagger. He tried the Trivela pass, and it just went between all the players out for a throw-in for Inter Miami. That was just insane. And especially if the next players don't even put that in the universe. Elanga swap deal for Harvey Barnes. I'm not too sure Nottingham Forest are going to go for it, though. We are allergic to attackers. It looks that way. We are, because we cannot sign someone to save our life. Big up Reese Prince. Nick Ultimate. Big up Marlon. Hope you're doing well. That was cold, man. Vieira cooked. The nutmeg was nice. I'm not going to lie. But the fact that he 2 seconds afterwards tried a Trivela and he just went out for a throw-in between all of his players, that was embarrassing. You should stop when you are ahead. Let's just put it that way. 10-man Madrid beating Pachuca 2-0. Yeah, Bellingham and who else scored? Arda Güler scored. Yeah, 2-0. Rodrygo is not starting that game. Problem is Arteta is inverted to anything that can bring success to trophies. This manager, swear to God, is anti-trophy. He's allergic to trophies. You know, some people are allergic to nuts, some to kiwi, some to some citrus fruit, some are lactose intolerant. Arteta is trophy intolerant. As soon as he gets close to trophies, he gets the heebie-jeebies. He starts to lose his head and everything. I'm really sick, Rob. I can't be here for long. No, all good. Don't worry, Marlon. Health comes first, no matter what. Health, family, work, everything comes first. Don't worry about that. I hope you feel better really, really soon. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. But yeah, it is actually inverted crap is bullshit. It don't work. You ain't playing 3 at the back. Like, I don't know why Arteta still persists on inverting even when other managers are trying to get away from it as it's a plague or something. I don't know, but it's just happening all the freaking time. Like, Arteta has played under some very fantastic managers. He has played under Wenger. He's been coached by Pep. He's been coached by David Moyes as well. He has played under David Moyes. And you would think that this manager would have taken the best from Pep, from Wenger, and put that to the game. But no, we play like prime David Moyes with Everton in like 2012, 2013, 2014 seasons. You cannot score a goal from open play. Pray for a corner, pray for a free kick. Sounds familiar. Rory Delap throw-ins, whoosh, and everything. Sounds like a big thing. Big up. Everyone's big up Marlon. Big up to you all. Love the community. Love it. Rodrygo isn't even starting for Real Madrid right now. What better opportunity for us? Exactly. That's what I was saying about, 20 minutes ago? Something like that. Rodrygo will talk to Xabi Alonso and Florentino Perez, Real Madrid, blah, blah, blah. He's going to talk to everyone, right? About his role at Real Madrid. He wants to play left wing. My camera has gone out of focus, so give me a second. Well, basically, he wants to play left wing and everything, but obviously they prefer Vinicius there. And just so if Arsenal would be so proactive, if they want to take the opportunity, if they want to spin some heads, let's just put it that way, for God's sakes, go put in 18 million bid for Rodrygo. Whether Real Madrid accept it or not, it's a completely different story. But it shows initiative. It shows to Rodrygo that there is a club who is willing to take him and put him in the main team as the main guy on the left specifically. And on top of that, it would give Rodrygo extra bargaining chip when he sits down with Xabi Alonso and Real Madrid when he tries to discuss his role. Because if they say, no, you are going to stay on the right, he would say, well, then peace out. I'm going to Arsenal. Why not? Like, I don't see I see quite a bit of upsides for Rodrygo to come to Arsenal. Yes, he's leaving Real Madrid. He might win less trophies. I get it. Don't yell at me. At the same time, he would be the star of the show. Let's be real. Saka alone cannot carry us. Saka at the moment looks like shadow of himself by a mile, to say the least. We need more attacking threat from the left. We need more attacking threat through the middle. This manager is anti-attack. Seriously, he much rather sits and camps on the box on his own edge than rather attacks. And he cannot even counter properly, which is the most annoying part over everything. Let's be real. Like, it is actually quite insane when we look at Arsenal in this regard. We can't attack. We'll have the most boring, predictable attack. We haven't had a fresh attacker in 3 years. It's the same attack. No wonder we have no new ideas, no nothing. Because we don't have any new players to use them. No new players to basically put fresh blood, fresh ideas, fresh energy in the attack. We have none of that. We have the same attackers for 3 years and just go with the flow and see what sticks. And when that doesn't work, well, throw Gabriel up top for a corner. And that's about it. Henry showed how predictable we are. We are very predictable. Everyone knows what Arsenal are going to do. Big up, why not? Hope you're doing well today, my guy, by the way. Big up, why not? Henry is exposing that fraud. Exactly. And this Arteta called so-called top fucking gooners and all these dumbasses, marshmallows, right, are saying, oh, Henry, he hates Arsenal. He doesn't deserve trophy at Saudi Emirates. He's jealous of Arteta and his coaching career. What coaching career to be jealous of? One FA Cup? Okay, it's a cup. I get it. But let's be real. Arteta won that with Emery's and Wenger's team. Without that wasn't his team. He played 3 at the back, which he has never done ever since. He didn't spend any money on that team, and that team carried him over the line. Now that he has dismantled the team, blasted 800 million and everything, got his own team, own players, own tactics, he has done fuck all. Finishing top 4, what a trophy. 3 times second, what a trophy. We beat Madrid trophy. What a trophy for Arsenal. If we want to do that, we might as well stuck with Wenger and give him the 800 million. He probably would have won much more. This manager is on brink of destroying Arsenal, in my opinion. Because when he just came in, there were talks that Arsenal are a mess. It's a toxic place. It wasn't. Let's be real. It wasn't. Because that toxic mess won him an FA Cup. Right? He wasn't 8th. We were 6th or 7th. Arteta put us 8th. Twice, by the way. Ball top 4 to Spurs when we finished 5th. Right? And like, what are we doing here? How can this be an acceptable thing? We wanted Wenger out because we were not going from the Premier League. We were still top 4. We were still winning FA Cups. Now we just get top 4. We don't even get the cups. And everyone is happy, farting rainbows all over the gaff, and super happy, dancing in their underwear with Arteta haircuts, having Arteta posters on their wall. We got Super Mick Arteta and all this crap going on. Wake up, people. Smell the goddamn coffee for a change, huh? Like, what are we doing here? Serious talk. Like, Arteta is not a miracle worker, and he will never be. To be honest, the way I see this, I give Arteta props for what he has done, because he has done some good stuff. Let's be real. He has unified the fan base, which at the moment is not the best of things, but it's good. He put us back in top 4. Let's just say it as it is. He has done some good things. But the longer he stays here, the longer he wastes money, the longer he persists with these BS interviews, BS statements, and all this stuff without winning nothing, he's gonna leave Arsenal in worse place than they were before. Because wages were an issue back then. But now they are 10 times worse. Let's be real. Arteta, as big of a legacy he has at Arsenal, the longer he stays, wins nothing, and we have to stick with him, he's about to ruin everything he's made and even more. And let's be real. I cannot be the only fan who thinks that if we gave Emery this money, if we give Wenger this money, if we got actually a proven winning manager instead of Arteta, we would have won something by now. Because when we signed Arteta, right, Ancelotti was available, Luis Enrique was available. When we gave Arteta extensions, Luis Enrique was available, Nagelsmann was available, Flick was available. When we signed Unai Emery, Ancelotti was available as well. You cannot tell me that this club is serious about winning when we hire a kindergarten graduate and hope that he finishes high school in 2 years. A kindergarten graduate gets a CEO position right off the bat. Where has that ever worked in real life? Where? Big up Everest. By the way, people, go subscribe to Everest as well. Liverpool fan, but we go with the flow. Congrats on the title once again. Go subscribe to Everest as well. I just finished watching Shane versus Egal and also finished my popcorn, salted peanuts, biscuits, all my snacks. What entertainment that was. You want to know something? Big up to you. He doesn't have the vision to dominate football. He just wants to compete. Yeah. Big up to everyone. That's what we've been doing for 6 years now. Competing, not going for fighting to win at all. Board has that's a small mentality. That's why we can't win. Can't win. Top 4 ain't no trophy. Exactly. Luis Enrique predicted Arteta's lineup for both legs of the semifinal. Exactly. And Enrique, right? After winning Champions League, he got asked, Which were your toughest matchups? Oh, it was Liverpool, Aston Villa. Never mentioned Arsenal, though. Because Luis Enrique, straight after he beat Aston Villa, told to PSG ownership that they're gonna win Champions League. How did he know that before we played them? Because he knows, he sees, he understands. He's a tactical mastermind, and he's a proper manager who knows how to exploit weaknesses, cover the bases, and how to actually win games. Serial winner. Need competition in positions, especially in our attacking third of the squad. No backups to existing players. No one's entitled to start for Arsenal should be in. Exactly. And all of our attackers, they can drop stinkers every single second of the game, and they know that they're going to start the next game without shadow of a doubt. But the worst part is, even if we had backups, even if we had proper backups for these players, I'm going to say this now, Arteta doesn't have the spine, doesn't have the nuts to put on the table, as Kenny Ken would say, to drop those players and put the bench players on there. He would never drop Saka. He would never drop Odegaard. He would never drop Havertz if push comes to shove. That is the worst part. Spineless, gutless performances, spineless and gutless management. He has his favorites, and as long as they can walk, crawl, lie backwards, or even lie in the proper direction in the attack, they will play at the end of the day. All in Arteta not capable to get past quarterfinals. Yeah, quarterfinals, semifinals, everything. Big up Era, 17 likes, guys. Big up to you all. If you could do me a favor, if we can get it to 20, and if we could maybe try and reach 650 subscribers today, I would appreciate that. Road to 1K before the season kicks off, 25-26, is going strong. Smell the goddamn coffee. Exactly. Wake up, people. Wake the F up. The thing is that he can focus on winning the cup for one season, and that will give them another 5 years at the club. That's the worst part. Because I'm at a place right now where FA Cup and Carabao Cup are not enough. You've been here long enough. You've spent enough money. I want majors. Not even FA and Carabao Cup double will not save him for me. This is the nuts part. This is the nuts part. Like, I could see maybe him being saved if he gets a cup double and he goes again till the last day of the season and we lose the league by 1-2 points. Maybe then. But for me, cup double even now doesn't cut it at this stage. 6 years, 6.5 by the end of the season. About almost $1 billion spent, let's be real. And you have nothing to show for it. Oh my goodness gracious. One trophy in 6 years is crap. No club would keep this fraud. That's the thing. Small clubs would. Big clubs would never. They would sack him in second or third season. Arsenal somehow don't seem to think that way. Small club mentality. Has nothing to show for it. Just realize Eddie Howe, Crystal Palace coach, won a trophy. Exactly. I know that Arteta could have changed formation, would have been different to his favorite 4-3-3. He could have 4-2-3-1, 3-4-3. We have perfect players to have actually play three at the backs and everything. We have. He just doesn't. Exactly. Big up to you all. Big up to Everest. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you had a great evening. Hope you had a great time in Shane's stream. Thanks for dropping by as well. Have fun. Enjoy your evening. Time to relax for you. And by the way, people, as well, I'm gonna say this right now once again. There is no stream tomorrow or day after tomorrow. It's national holidays, and I'm heading out of town with family and friends to just relax, forget about life, forget about Arsenal, and screw it all. Obviously, coming back afterwards, it will be pain. But hey, it is what it is. At least I get to relax for 2 days. So many times Arteta has ruined our chances to win gold. We can't go anywhere with him. He's egoistic, and he has no mentality. He's like a kid. He has no maturity. Yeah, feels that way. Yeah. By tomorrow, I will be better, though, Robo. Big up to you. Hopefully, you feel better soon. Hopefully. We spend as much as City, Madrid, and Chelsea, more than Liverpool. The board's allocated enough funds to win. Exactly. The board has given enough funds to win, to compete on consistent. Well, we compete, that's a bit different. But competing is not enough. When you are Arsenal, We are the third biggest team in England. And why? Based on trophies. The same trophies all these e-girls and everyone else dismisses. You want to know something? FA Cup is overrated. Shove it up your ass. FA Cup is one of the biggest reasons why we are the third biggest team in England. They would barely play. He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have exactly. Heading off to sleep. Yeah. Big up to you, Everest. Have a nice evening. Nearly 900 million spent. Newcastle hasn't even spent 400 million. What did Newcastle spend? Bologna won a trophy before as a Spurs. Stuttgart won a trophy. Liverpool just won the league. Crystal Palace just won a trophy. Everyone's winning besides Arsenal. Yeah. Enjoy your time with your family, Rob. I just got back from my vacation with my family, and to be honest, I needed it. Enjoy time. Big up to you. I genuinely hope that it will save me, because tomorrow, I'm not gonna lie, I don't drink much. And I don't drink pretty much at all, to some extent. But for the next 2 days, I have a 24 ball box of beers. I'm gonna go out, cook some meat on fire, like old school camping style. Gonna go fishing. Then I'm gonna go with friends to sauna, everything, relax, chill, have fun time, not think about Arsenal, not think about anything else. Just plain old family, friends, nature, everything. Screwed all this, genuinely. Liverpool spent like 300 million on attackers alone. Most of Liverpool's defense are academy players. No, not now, maybe, but it used to be. See, Portuguese academy. Yeah, it's insane, to be honest. And if you look, like, the nuts part is we got Andrea Berta, right? We have known our squad for we have, but it's not looking good at the moment regarding their development at Arsenal. Regarding our development at Arsenal, that is the other thing. It's not looking too good, is it? Like, let's be real. It's not looking too good, is it? Like, that is the biggest thing. But yeah, anyways, drink some beers for us. Yeah, it sounds generally ice cold and everything, some barbecues. Like, oh, I cannot wait. Seriously, I cannot wait. I leave tomorrow 9 a.m. I leave tomorrow, and I won't be back till about 6-7 p.m. on 21st. Like, I cannot wait. 2 days of just chill vibes. Serious question. Is anyone else getting the feeling we aren't really going to sign the players we need? Oh, I got that feeling already before the transfer window opened. I'm not gonna lie, because as being an Arsenal fan, basically, it's partial acceptance that no matter what window you are going into, you're not gonna get the necessary players, because it was under Wenger, it was under Emery, and it's now under Arteta. Those ones I remember. I don't remember as much from George Graham days and stuff like that. But mostly it's Wenger. To be honest, Wenger built a team that didn't need much improvement. Some few signings here or there to keep the team going, but that's about it for some period of time. But overall, like, it comes with the territory of being an Arsenal fan. You accept that Arsenal are not going to get the players we need, because we need about 6-7 players, and there's no chance in hell Arsenal are going to sign 6-7 players in one window. That is the nuts part. We have no generational academy talent. We still do. The thing is, the window on them is also closing unless we manage to develop them and get them better. That is the biggest thing. I don't trust the club to do the business, but they want us to trust the process. Exactly. They want us to trust them, but we don't even trust ourselves. Clubs who don't buy attackers. Wenger's team needed huge improvements. I'm talking more about early 2000s. Afterwards, around starting since 2008, 2009, when we lost to United in Champions League semifinals, yeah, the team needed many improvements. I'm not gonna lie. While we were fixing one part of the pitch, other one broke down. And it was a never-ending story. At the same time, by the way, we were winning at least FA Cups and getting consistent top 4 finishes. Arsene Wenger, in his 22-year reign at Arsenal, only 2 times finished outside of top 4. And he won 7 or 8 FA Cups. I know I might be blanking on this. 7 or 8 FA Cups and 3 leagues. So he actually won stuff despite everything. He actually won stuff despite everything. Remember that we let Bayern get Elise for 40 mil? Yeah. Why we could have signed with him, but we spent 40 million Merino. Exactly. That's the nuts part. 45 of Calafiori instead of, for example, Elise and stuff like that. Like, that is the nuts part. Hence no back-to-back titles and poor displays of European. Like, don't. Even before his overall score. What European performances we haven't been a final in Europe for decades, 2 decades. 2006. Like, we have been to semi-final 3 times. We've been to final once. It's not good. It's not a great look if we talk about the main team. Okay. The nuts part is I'm not even Polish. Well, stuck on that, bitch. Anyways. Anyhow. What? Like, some people, man. Some people, you know. Some people. Mallet, Kvarak, PSG, we left wing. Like, we had lots of chances. We generally had lots of chances to get some players, but it's not going to happen. It looks that way. Okay, this is the last thing we're going to finish on today's stream. Genuinely, on this note, we're going to finish today's stream, but it's a big one. It genuinely is a big one. Oh, I shared the wrong screen. Stop the screen. Share. This one. There we go. Odds on. Big up BBK. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. Hope the ACL is treating you well. Big up, big up, big up. Go subscribe to BBK Sports, by the way, if you haven't. Just go if you haven't. Go subscribe to BBK Sports. Like, it's insane. It actually is insane. I just noticed something. You cannot mod a person from the live chat. Seriously. You can do it in YouTube Studio, but you cannot do it from a StreamYard. It's kind of insane if you ask me. Mikel music. Yo, BBK, you need to make this a beat. Like, you know, you have your Mickey Roth, Mickey Mouse music and all this stuff, right? You need to make a Mikel music. Like, I want to try to make it and everything, but it's actually not that easy because it genuinely takes some time, and I just don't have enough time to do so. That is the big thing. So we'll see how that develops, right? But I really need to make that. Genuinely need to make that for Eros and everything, just so I can have. I'm working on it. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Mikel music. See? Mickey Mouse music. That's what, genuinely, Mikel Arteta's interviews are Mickey Mouse music, Waffle House settings, and all this stuff. Like, by the way, the thing I put on the screen, by the way, yeah? Apparently, Bayern Munich, potentially, if they cannot get Nico Williams, one of their targets is Gabriel Martinelli. That includes Jamie Bino-Gittens as well, and there was some else. Wait, let me check who is this. For the left wing spot, if they cannot get Nico Williams, right? It's Jamie Gittens, it's Cody Gakpo, and it's Gabriel Martinelli, Luis Diaz. I don't think they're going to get any of the Liverpool guys. It's either Gittens or it's Martinelli. So we'll see how that goes, genuinely. There we go. There we go. But yeah. So we'll see. But ultimately, yeah, it's actually kind of nuts. Would you be happy if we sold Martinelli? Like, for example, 50 million Martinelli goes to Bayern Munich and Arsenal spend 85 to sign Rodrygo. I think that would actually be going to... Yeah, Nico Williams is looking like he's going to Barcelona 100%. 100% it looks that way. 100%. Yeah, Bayern, don't screw this up and get him. Wouldn't be against it. I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely would not be against that. By the way, look at this. Look at this, right? Real Madrid 2-0 against Pachuca. Real Madrid have made 3 substitutions, and none of them have been Rodrygo. None of them have been Rodrygo. Interesting, isn't it? Like, that's how the conspiracy theories about Rodrygo to Arsenal begin, but hey, that is the big thing. I'd be ecstatic if we sold Martinelli. A bit of, like... So, by the way, if you would you be okay if we sold Martinelli, we signed Rodrygo, and kept Leandro Trossard as a backup? Would that be okay with you? Would that be okay with you? Yeah, big up, Eras, big up. Yeah, you can put the links in the chat as well. Subscribe to BBK Sports so his ACL heals quicker. 1 subscription, 1 day off of BBK's ACL treatment. 1 day off. It works, genuinely. Don't worry, don't treat you. Well, hopefully, like, I would love for Arsenal to sign Rodrygo. Like, absolutely. Because the lineup as well, look, Vinicius, according to this, is stinking out the place, although he is still on the pitch, but overall, like, yeah, Goulet on the right, not Rodrygo, Vinicius on the left, so that is something interesting. And of course, Rodrygo is holding bench quite emphatically at the moment, so that is actually kind of insane if you ask me. Ironically, look at the stats of the game. How are Real Madrid winning this? This is Arsenal. This is what Mikel Arteta would say. This is what Mikel would say. Oh, but we were the better team. We deserve to win the game. Look at the stats of this game. If you're not watching the game, if you genuinely, like, if you're not watching the game, you would think, how the hell did they lose the game? Like, seriously, those stats are wild, to say the least. Yeah, BBK. Yeah. Yeah, subscribe to Vigilante as well. Heard we are linked with... Yeah, but it's not happening. Luis Enrique already has said he doesn't want him to leave. He's not going to allow him to leave and everything. But yeah, see, you're not watching this. Based on stats, if you did not know the score, right? XG for all the mutants out there, 1.48. 1.48. Expected goals for Real Madrid, 0.74. Total shots, 22 against 8. Like, I swear to God, Pachuca, 3-0 Real Madrid scored. Holy crap. How are they doing? 3-0. With 10 men, they're 3-0 up. Valverde just scored. 3-0 up. Oh my goodness gracious. Real Madrid with 10 men are playing better than most teams with 11. Not punts on Arsenal. XG, I know, right? Club World Cup is mid. Eze, Rodrygo, yeah, I would be over the moon with that. By the way, if you don't watch Bundesliga, there's this new stat, escape rate. It sounds wild, it sounds zesty, but there is stuff like that, escape rate, you know? I would love for Valverde to be at Arsenal. And by the way, when Valverde was on tryouts, when he was 16, right? When he was 16 years old, Valverde was at tryouts at Arsenal, and Arsenal decided not to sign him. Seriously. Like, that's how nuts Arsenal are. They decided not to sign him. By the way, Darren, Real Madrid are doing that with 10 men. They have a red card. Where is it? Lineup. See, Asensio got a red card. Real Madrid are doing this with 10 men as well. They're winning 3-0. It shows what good manager is, guys. Exactly. Jabi Alonso with 10 men are winning against Pachuca. I'd say they would have folded this match long ago. Yeah, he would have just parked the bus and see what sticks. How old is Valverde, by the way? Valverde is 26 years old. So 10 years ago, Valverde was at tryouts at Real Madrid. So that was when Wenger was here. In Wenger's latter years. And Arsenal decided not to sign him. That's how nuts it is. Speaking of XG, if Bergkamp and Henry scored a combined total of 20 goals playing alongside each other, the strikers at Arsenal, what was their XG? I'm not gonna lie. Some of the goals Henry and Bergkamp scored, even Pires, right? Their XG would be in the gutter. They would have about 20 goals with about 15, 14 XG combined. Like that would be the case. Like that would be nuts because some of the goals they scored goals with shots that had no business of going in, especially from outside the box. Remember when Atletico knocked us out of Europa with 10 men, dude? Remember when Man United beat us, knocked us out of the FA Cup with 10 men? That was half a year ago. Yeah, but Oblak was standing on his head that day. Oblak was insane against us in those days. Bergkamp and Henry was beast. Yeah, we have no scrubs like inverted nines like Havertz and stuff like that. It's insane, to be honest. But yeah, 3-0. And by the way, Rodrygo is still not on the pitch, by the way. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that Rodrygo is still not on the pitch? Speculations, conspiracies, and all this stuff. Speculations, conspiracies, and all that stuff. Make it make sense. But yeah, guys, I think on that note today, I'm going to end the stream. It's been a fun one. As I said, no stream tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I'm out chilling out with friends outside the city. I'm just going to relax, forget about Arsenal and life and work and everything. Just going to relax, have some beers and all this stuff and everything. So yeah, no streams, no nothing for the next few days. So if you haven't already, please do me a favor, subscribe right now, like the stream. Road to 1K is going strong. Subscribe to BBK and Vigilante as well. And that is factually correct, as the striker pair, Henry Bergkamp, scored only 20 goals. I'm shocked it's that low of a number. Like, it's insane, but it doesn't matter if you win at the end of the day, does it? If you win trophies, nobody cares about this. XG excuses and stuff like that only comes out when teams lose or they need to find an excuse why something didn't happen what they wanted. Never accountability, just excuses. Enjoy your... I'm definitely gonna. I already have 24 beer balls waiting in the fridge already at the place where I'm going to. Already ice cold, first thing I arrive. And it's gonna be nice. Some meat, gonna cook some meat on barbecues, on fire, not actually on a barbecue grill or anything, just actually fire like you do in wilderness and everything. Like old school type of stuff, like genuinely. I don't like camping per se, but with friends and everything, it's actually quite nice experience. Some marshmallows as well for the kids and everything. Play some games, go fishing, and like it's gonna be a blast. Arteta is the worst coach. Nah, not gonna go that far though. Good, Robot. Take a break from Arsenal. It's good for your health. 100%. 100%. A lot of Mikel music in the background with the beers. No Mikel music. No Mikel music. Just EDM, trance, old school Tiesto, Hardwell, Armin van Buuren, and old ATB, and all this stuff. Rank 1, Airwave, and everything, and just vibes all over the place. But yeah, exactly. Big up Ahmed. No Rodrygo, wonder why. Exactly. That's how it all begins. Arsenal are definitely signing Rodrygo now, aren't they? That's how it all begins. The player doesn't start one game and it's all going like all over the place. Like seriously. It's gonna be kind of insane. It will be like that all the time. By the way, it's 76 minutes. Still Rodrygo is not on the pitch, by the way. But yeah, big up to you all. Have a nice evening. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Tonight is NBA Finals. Since I have to get up early tomorrow, I'm not going to watch it, unfortunately. Pacers or Thunder. Let's see who gets it at the end of the day. But for today, I am out. So take care. Stay safe. I see you in 3 days, most likely. So have a nice evening. Have a nice day tomorrow. Enjoy your times. Enjoy your days. Have a nice start of the week. And see you very, very soon. Bless up. Peace out. And peace.